surprise, I'm still alive, and yeah. I don't have any excuses for the fact that I haven't made an update in forever. I think it's about forever. I'm really a fan of the whole like live in the moment idea, but then all of a sudden I remember that the moments should be documented and shared or I will forget them, and I want all of you to share this experience with me. You're probably wondering, Nicole, this is not the same wall that you normally have filmed your other videos in front of. Why did you break into somebody's room and film a video? Well, I did not actually break into a room. This is my new room in my new host family because I switched host families in February in the semester break. I miss my old host family dearly, but I am so happy in this new family. They are amazing and so nice, and I will film like a real update video to actually tell you about my host family and changing and life and living in Austria, and I will probably post that video really soon. But I decided that it would be a better idea to post something fun to get back into this whole talking to a camera, having people listen to me talk thing. So there's this whole part of being an exchange student, especially with Rotary, where you are a cultural ambassador. Now, as a cultural ambassador, you learn that there are things that are actually like real in a culture, things that actually do happen, and these beautiful stereotypes and expectations that we all have about different countries. So I face this in two ways because I have people from Canada who are asking me about Austria, and I also have all of my expectations that maybe were a little bit, I don't know what they were based off before I was coming here. But at the same time, I also have Austrians asking me every day lots of questions about Canada, and I think I need to set the record straight on both ends. Something that everybody asks me about Canada is if I have seen the sun before, if it gets above freezing in the summer, if we have snow all year, if I have to transport places by dog sled, and basically any other question that relates to snow and cold stuff. There are parts of Canada that are ridiculously cold. Where I live, it's like -20 at the most in winter, which is pretty warm if you put that in perspective with Canada as a whole country. And in the summer, it's like 30 or 40 degrees, which is warm. Something you don't realize being Canadian is that we are more adapted to the cold, I think, than some nationalities, because sometimes I'll be wearing something that I think is very weather appropriate and would be very weather appropriate in Canada, and everyone just looks at me so weird. I get asked all of the time about lumberjacks. I don't understand why people think Canada is just full of lumberjacks running around, but yeah, we have clothes other than flannel lumberjack shirts, and I don't just go cut down trees in my spare time. Bears. Everybody asks me about bears and if I've seen a bear. Bear attacks are not like a huge threat in Canada, just throw it out there. Is everyone actually so nice in Canada? That is a question that I don't know how to ever answer. And now for a more interesting topic. Austria. I love Austria. I felt like this would be a really fitting shirt to wear. The first thing that most people think about when they think Austria is the Sound of Music, which if you haven't seen, and I'm looking at you Austrians because no Austrians have seen the Sound of Music, you should watch it because that's really what the rest of the world thinks of when they think of Austria. Is my life just like the Sound of Music? Yes. I wake up every single day and go into the mountains and twirl around and sing to the hills because that is what every Austrian does. That is sarcasm, if you can't tell. Beer. I am not allowed to drink because I am an exchange student, but I will say that Austrians do enjoy their beer. And of course, in that vision of somebody swinging their big old jug of beer, the person is probably also wearing lederhosen, because everybody knows lederhosen from Austria. And yes, people wear lederhosen to like traditional events, but you're probably not just going to go to the movie theater and see someone hanging out in their lederhosen there. Waltzing and balls and beautiful stuff like that. That is an expectation that's also true. People I know, like my friends, all know how to waltz. For Austrians watching this, they're probably like, yes, of course I know how to waltz. But Canadians, our dance move is generally like, But, you know, Austrians can actually dance. Sorry, Canadians. I am also one of you. German. German is like an internet phenomenon thing right now because everybody says it's such an ugly language and it sounds so aggressive and mean all of the time. Where I live, it's famous for this beautiful sound, which I can't actually form in my throat. It's really hard, which everybody thinks is really ugly and awful, but my frustration is the fact that I can't do it. It just comes so naturally to the Austrians. And my very, very favorite stereotype about Austria. Oh my goodness, have you seen kangaroos? Why are you going to Austria if you already speak English? Oh my goodness, you're so lucky. Australian boys are so cute. What I still don't understand is why you're learning German to go to Australia. And to answer your questions, everything in Australia is great. I love my life here in Australia, and I'm so happy to have embraced this new Australian culture. So tschüss, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the near future. Danke, merci, gracias. I don't speak any other languages. Goodbye.